part of why we've seen the economy doing better, and part of why President Trump has been cheered by many in industry for slashing regulations, is because he's done just that. He has made doing business, which had been difficult because of onerous regulations, certainly a little bit easier. But in a highly unusual development, news has surfaced that automakers like General Motors, Ford, and about 8 other car makers, many of them international too, are now urging the White House to leave regulations alone and stick with the highest standard, California and its fuel emission standards. In fact, they're saying keep these high vehicle efficiency standards because, quote, climate change is real. Let's take a look at the automaker stocks since the election. They have been doing very well. In fact, GM is up 21%. Ford is up, well, it's a little flat because there's been a lot of discussion regarding Ford and having certainly to have mothballed for a time being the F-150, which is now back in place. But Fiat up 220%. Why California? Well, California has long been the leader in U.S. combating climate change and things like smog. It's taken real legislative steps toward renewable energy, reducing the carbon footprint, and making fuel emission standards very, very high, but as well as fuel efficiency. So let's bring in somebody in a Fox Business exclusive who knows a lot about the state. California Treasurer John Chiang, who also happens to be running for governor. John, great to see you once again. Thank you very much for joining us.
Happy to be on your program, Liz.
Did this surprise you? Don't all industries want less regulation? And here the automakers are saying, with all due respect, President Trump and Congress, in a specific letter that the industry lobbyist, the most powerful one, wrote to him, they wrote this, and we pulled out one of the quotes here. And in essence, they are saying that climate change is real. And that specific quote is highly important. These are the automakers. So they said automakers remain committed to increasing fuel efficiency requirements, which yield everyday fuel savings for consumers while also reducing emissions because, as I said, climate change is real. And we have a continuing role in reducing greenhouse gases and improving fuel efficiency, so-called CAFE standards. That from the biggest auto industry trade group. What's going on here?
Well, I appreciate the leadership here in recognizing not only global business leadership, but also environmental leadership. California, the United States of America, does not want to be left behind as the rest of the world is advancing in regards to efficiency standards. We hear the pronouncements out of Europe, the pronouncements out of Asia. They're increasing dramatically. The manufacturing here in California, we're trying to be that next generation of forward-thinking mobility technology as used by some to describe cars and transportation fleets going forward. So I think they understand that if they want to be competitive in the global market, that they need these fuel standards, just not to comply with California, but the rest of the world.
Well, as Fox Business Network, you're looking at this as well as a business decision, obviously. I mean, there were a lot of people who said that these high fuel efficiency standards, which, by the way, President Bush, Bush 41, Bush 43, President Clinton, each successive president kept raising the standards. We want 25 miles per gallon, 35, 50 miles per gallon by the year 2024, whatever it is. That has kept the U.S. automakers in a leadership position when it comes to fuel efficiency, correct?
Absolutely. And you think about the Clean Air Act, it goes all the way back to President Nixon. Right. When we have both parties working on these issues, right, it makes ultimate sense. Liz, you're from Southern California. You understand the high quality of life here, but we were impacted. Young children with dramatically higher incidences of asthma because of our poor air quality, and that leads to declining economic and business conditions. You don't want to lose work productivity. You don't want to lose the basic research and development. The United States has 11 of the top 100 universities across the globe, and so we want to make sure that we're investing in basic research so that we can do the applied research so that we can create that next generation of successful economic activity in our great country.
John Chiang, yeah, I remember growing up in the 70s, smog was just horrific. They'd keep us inside, and then when the standards came up, now we never have that problem. We always see the second range of mountains beyond Santa Monica. It's great to see. Thank you very much. Good to see you.